The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible.
On a pretty gray and hazy day here in Southern California, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Los Angeles. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. 58, come on. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. You kill. Hey, Haywood. Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shoot.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ready.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And an alley to run. The 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there out of Kamara. 49 yards.
First down, Saints.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. You're good. You're good. I'm full. Ready. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready, tackle.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Rams' 22-yard line.
Ready. You ready? You kill. Hey, we got to seal. We got to seal. We got to seal. So don't say nothing.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Rams nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season.
We own them. Check 9. Alert 3. Alert 3.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll find Everett there, complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 31. Check 31. Shift.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. A.J. Klein. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Let's get off the field. Check 26. Check 26. Shift.
Goff now looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Pull it together.
25, check 25, check 25.
No, off.
Out of the gun, Braun. And Woods has it complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now the man who broke Saints fans' hearts, Greg Zuerlein, on for the field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Now 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
The fifth year back from Texas, this is Malcolm Brown. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
I got him, on me, on me. 56 is Mike, 56 is the Mike. Blue Dan, blue Dan. Mike's 56, Mike's 50. DC.
Watch the safety creep. Check three.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step.
Check 56. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 32-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
54. Record.
Goff now to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 41 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, here's Goff. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go, defense.
To throw is Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Double dog, that's the way. Kill, 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 kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Switch.
Here we go. It's Gurley. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tight down. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Rams have taken the lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Hey, kill. Kill. It's me and you.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Check the out. Check me out.
Now Breeze. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And the Saints 1st down.
Ready. 5-8.
Here's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
Kill. Shot.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And he's going to go down again. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Thomas Morstead now. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
That's good for Rams.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Line 20. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Nice.
Now Goff on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Motion. Reset.
Merlin.
Here's Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Shit. Hey, I got him.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
We go tonight. 120. Right 54. I got you. Pop. Kill. Watch twist.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go! 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Kill.
Take 4, take 4.
Motion.
Gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
After the sack on first down, Goff. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands up.
Back to throw. Gone. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the official contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Ginn. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
Opposite.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. From the gun, it's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 43. Kill.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Sit.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
You go night-night. Some go night-night. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, let's go.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He's got Smith here. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On the ground, Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So they're challenging the spot. If you're a coach, you hesitate to throw the flag anytime it's a spot discernment.
You certainly do, because you feel like that's not one you're likely to win, and you may need that challenge flag for later in the game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Lemon. Hey, box drop. I'm coming after you.
49, check 49.
To throw is Breeze. Again has it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down, Saints.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And an alley to run. run. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Throwing on first down is Brees. And Thomas has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
You're good, you're good. That's full, ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brees. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Ready?
They'll run it with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
58, come on. Go, go, go. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Brees going to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be second down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
It's a pickup of 5. Brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down now. It's Brown, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Big ass, big ass, big ass. Wide, get wide.
A shotgun snap for gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Under. Safety's creeping.
Here's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Gill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Set. 95-56.
Right here, right here. Single. 80 seconds me. 80 seconds me.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
53. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
D, tighten up. Let's go. D, tighten up. Check 37. Check 37.
Now Breeze. Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
21.
Breeze now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Defensively, Ogbanya Okoronkwo made the stop.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now Breeze. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. But they're going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check pass.
Goff now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. Breeze now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Shoot! Shoot!
36.
Hey, we got a seal.
Back to throw, Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Second and 9. That's a 45-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Kill!
Breeze to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Set! 95-56! Here we go, D. Get off the field! Sideline. Ready, set!
To throw is Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This from long, very long range. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
Now, will they handle it? Let's find out. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Let's go, motion. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, check. Hey, kill.
First throw in overtime for Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry. Value 3. Alert 3. Check 31. Shift.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
Second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. Check 26. Check.
Under 10. 10.
4 down. 12.
Check 25.
Goff now looking to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up. The long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
I'm coming. 5. Merlin.
From the gun, here's Goff. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Rush in. Shell.
56. Mike, 56.
Hey, Zoo.
56. It's just me and you.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mike's 54. You don't want nothing. Pick up the ball. Mike's 5'4".
To the air again. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
Hey, keep it up. Check. 2 for 1.
54's Mike.
5.
54.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A.J. Klein able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Move! 56 to Mike.
Out of the gun, Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. Is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Now Breeze finding Kamara, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Breeze now.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Breeze will try again on second down. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. John Johnson with the INT. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.